Tokisada, it turns out I'm moving overseas tomorrow, so we won't be able to see each other anymore from now on.
I see. My first reaction to the sudden news of her leaving was not sadness, but shock.
That's why there's something I want to ask of you. I want you to be my fiancé.
What's a fiancé?
It's the person I'll marry when I grow up. I want to be your wife for the future because I like you so much, Tokisada.
So that's what it is. Sure, I'll be your fiancé. I really like you too, Sayaka.
I'm so happy. I'll definitely be back someday. I'll come back just so I can meet you again. So when the time comes, we'll get married. Promise, right?
Yeah, I promise. On that fateful day, the entire school was buzzing with talk of the new transfer student. Hey, apparently the new girl will be transferring into our class.
I heard that she's super gorgeous.
Seriously? Man, I might just try my luck if that's true. Meanwhile, I, Tokisada Konishi, senior at St. Alice High School, was simply staring blankly into space within all the commotion. Can I have your attention, everyone? The moment our homeroom teacher entered the classroom, everyone immediately perked up and looked over. The transfer student will be introducing herself to you now.
It's nice to meet all of you. I'm Sayaka Koda. I've been living abroad until recently, and I haven't been back to Japan in a long time. There's a lot that I still have to get used to, so I would appreciate any help I can get. I'll be counting on you.
The instant our eyes met, the beautiful transfer student flew over to me in a flash.
Tokisada! You're Tokisada, aren't you?
Saying that, she engulfed me in a sudden embrace. Her unexpected action set off a rumble of astonishment throughout the classroom. What do you think you're doing?
I just couldn't help myself. Never dared to think we'd be reunited so soon.
Oi, Konishi! What exactly is going on here? Explain yourself!
Koda, you're friends with Konishi? We made an oath to each other when we were young that we would get married.
This time, an even louder uproar broke out among our classmates.
You ass! You never told us that you had such a cute fiancé by your side all along! If you're engaged, does that mean you've already done all the things adults do?
I'm sorry, but I don't know you. You've got the wrong person.
Huh? But you're Tokisada, right?
Then I'm the wrong Tokisada.
Could it be that you forgot about me?
How can I when I never knew you in the first place?
But...
And I know you have a lot to get off your chest at this long-awaited reunion, but you're going to have to do it later. Settle down, everyone. We'll be starting class now. I spent the rest of the day walking on eggshells after this incident turned my peaceful school life upside down. After school, I made my way home in a daze. Thanks to that new transfer student, I've been peppered by a seemingly endless number of questions, and I was even forced to spend my lunch break hiding from the masses. Man, there goes my peaceful high school existence. For the time being, let's just avoid the classroom during breaks.
Tokisada...
Whoa, since when were you here? Does she have an invisibility cloak or something? Or maybe she's a descendant of a ninja?
Let's go home together, Tokisada.
No. I ignored her in walking. However, she followed every step I took. I've got to lose her somehow. I raised my walking speed, but that didn't manage to shake her off, so I walked even faster. And the result of that was, I give up.
Oh, are we done racing?
What kind of monster is this woman? How isn't she out of breath? I even took a long detour to try and tire her out.
I make sure to train every day after all in order to become a bride worthy of you, Tokisada.
Ugh, can she read minds too? No way, she's a psychic, right? Say, Koda.
Please, call me Sayaka. That's what you did in the past.
And I told you that guy wasn't me.
How could you? We loved each other so much, but now you won't even call me by my first name.
She dropped to her knees and burst into tears.
Look, he made a girl cry, and she's such a cute girl too. He must be a real jerk.
Is that a St. Alice uniform? Maybe we should report this to the school.
What the heck? Why do I have to reporting just for refusing to call you by your first name? I didn't even do anything. I get it was my fault. I'll do what you want, so stop crying already.
If so, please remember to call me Sayaka from now on.
Her face lit up in the blink of an eye. She had me in the palm of her hand from the beginning. Sayaka, I've said this before, but I'm really not the one you've been looking for.
No, I'm certain that you're my fiancé.
And how are you so sure?
You feel the same as Tokisada in my memories. That's not something that easily changes no matter how old you get. There's no helping it if you really can't remember me. Simply have to replace the old memories with the new ones. It's just a matter of making you fall in love with me again. After all, I'm confident that my feelings for you are second to none.
I was sucked into the ocean of her crystal clear blue eyes, and I heard the thunderous sound of my own heartbeat echoing in my ears. I wanted to look away, but for some reason, I couldn't make the slightest movement. Suddenly, Sayaka's expression softened. In that moment, it felt like I was released from a trance I didn't even know I was under.
That's why I won't hesitate in my courtship of you from now on. It'd be best if you were prepared.
It had only been a month since Sayaka transferred in, but she had quickly gained quite the reputation in the school. In addition to her beauty, she was also exceptionally smart and had excellent athleticism. On top of all that, she had an easygoing personality and gets along well with everyone, truly the ideal woman in everyone's eyes. As a person who she's calling her fiance, I became sort of a celebrity in the school too, but not in a good way. I got most of the troublesome stuff over with in the beginning, but the real problem came afterwards. Slowly but surely, our classmates started to view Sayaka's relentless hounding of me as a courageous pursuit of love. By the time I realized it, we were already recognized as one of the school's official couples. As a result, here I am today too, eating Sayaka's homemade lunchbox together with her in the school courtyard. I think about how she put all that effort in just for me. Lunch is usually the one instance when I never feel right refusing her invitation. She's probably doing this on purpose, knowing exactly what I'm thinking. But the lunchbox itself is always delicious, so I'm thankful for that at least. Hey Sayaka, sorry to be blunt, but what do you see in me anyway? Someone on your level isn't exactly lacking for options. Rather than focusing all your attention on a person like me who has no interest in dating, wouldn't it be better to just go for one of them? Sayaka slowly shook her head.
Ever since what happened when we were children, I decided that you were the only one I would ever marry.
What are you talking about?
Back then.
Although Sayaka's an absolutely flawless beauty now, a long time ago, she was a timid and awkward little girl. Because of that, she never fit in with the crowd and was constantly being picked on and even bullied.
You're the one that saved me, Tokisada. Even though you were outnumbered, you did your best to protect me from the boys who were trying to bully me. Continued fighting for me even though you were covered in wounds, and didn't stop until you chased them away. And then you turned around and said to me, "I'll always be there for you from now on, so don't cry." That was how we first became friends and started playing together. And you brought me around and showed me a lot of new places too. It was then, while spending all that time together with you, when I fell in love with you. That was the first time I had thought that I wanted to be your girlfriend and marry you when we grow up. That was the reason I resolved to work hard to become a woman worthy of you. Do you not remember any of this as well?
I have no memory of it at all. In the first place, I was never someone that could pull off that kind of heroic stunt.
That's not true.
Sayaka raised her voice so sullenly that it startled me.
I apologize for shouting, but the Tokisada from my childhood is undoubtedly the person standing in front of me right now. I don't have any evidence for it. In my heart, I know that that's the case. To be honest, I don't think it's necessary for you to be so persistent about me being your fiancé. From my point of view, it's a silly. Like, what the heck does being a fiancé mean anyway? Can I eat it?
Tokisada, you mean the lunchbox isn't enough for you and you want to try eating me too? I choked so hard, the rice grains flew out of my mouth. What on earth is this girl saying? It wasn't even remotely where the conversation was going. I thought I was supposed to be speaking to the most talented woman in St. Alice. Her brain taking a vacation or something? You had a thing to say.
Please, rest assured. I thought something like this might happen, so I made sure beforehand that we were not alone.
That's not...
But I don't think we'll have enough time if we begin now, so how about doing it after school?
But what the hell are you saying? I wasn't asking for that.
That's too bad. I'm confident I would have been able to perform to your satisfaction.
This is getting out of hand. My heart feels like it's gonna beat out of my chest. Even though I had no intention of getting interested, the exact opposite was happening. I felt an indescribable feeling spread throughout me. At night, even while lying still in my bed, my mind was racing a mile a minute. I was thinking about Sayaka. Somewhere along the way, I'd started to care about her. I can't let it go on like this if I don't do something. These budding emotions weren't something I wanted. Looks like I have no choice but to snip them off at the root. In the midst of the deep dark night, I made my decision. The next day after school, I called Sayaka out to the garden at the back of the school.
What did you want to talk about, Tokisada? Oh, could it be that you want to put what we spoke about yesterday into action? Honestly speaking, this is so sudden. I don't know if I'm ready to do it. But if it's what you want...
No, it's not that. There's something I have to tell you. The truth is, I'm engaged to someone my parents have decided for me.
Huh?
My father is the owner of a small factory in our town. The company has been running smoothly for the most part ever since I was little, but it's taken a hit because of the recent economic downturn. Right when that happened, CEO of a major company, one of our biggest clients, approached us with the proposal of an engagement between our two families. It was an obvious ploy to try to absorb our company into his own. However, if we refused and lost his patronage, with the state of our finances we're in, we wouldn't have been able to avoid bankruptcy. For that reason, we were forced to accept his offer, if only for the sake of protecting the livelihood of our employees and their families. Of course, this was never something my father wanted for me, I know that. If I don't do this, our employees who gave their all for us would be left out in the cold. That's why I personally went to my father and offered myself as tribute, because I understand his anguish and his pain. It hurts me as much as it does him. So I can be your fiancé, not now nor in the future. I'll be inheriting the factory from my father someday, and I won't be that person who abandons my employees for my own well-being. I've already decided. I'm gonna marry that CEO's daughter and see this through to the end. Now that you know the situation, please give up on me.
I understand. If that is the strength of your resolve, I could only withdraw without causing more of a fuss.
Sayaka turned on her heel and ran away from me. In that split second, I saw tears drop from her eyes. I'm sorry. With an aching pain deep inside my heart, I watched as she disappeared out of my sight. 2 days after that, I went to a meeting with my fiancé with my father. Our first meeting was in middle school, so this will only be the second time we're seeing each other face to face. From the little I know of her, I felt my heart and my footsteps grow heavier and heavier. On the way there, I lost count of the number of times Sayaka's crying face sprang up in my mind. You can't do this! You can't think about Sayaka anymore! No matter how many times I repeated this to myself, it only made me think of her that much more. Ultimately, my inner conflict persisted all the way to the venue where we were having the meeting. I'm gonna see Mr. Nishimura and discuss the future arrangements. Okay. I'm sorry, Tokisada. I know how painful this is. Don't apologize. This is something I decided myself. When I entered the room, my fiancé, Kanako Nishimura, was already sitting at the table. She didn't bother to hide her blatant disdain upon seeing me.
It's been a few years since I last saw you, but your face is still as boring as ever, I see. And it's annoying, too.
Quietly, I took my seat opposite her.
You should know that even if we do get married, it'll only be for formality's sake, so don't get any strange ideas. You're my servant and nothing more. Of course, that means you'll have no freedom and rights of your own. Your only role is to serve me, just like how a carriage horse serves its master. Get it? In the first place, why does someone like me have to get married to a simpleton son of a bottom-feeder company? My sister got married to a hot millionaire. Just what was Daddy thinking?
My response was to look at her in silence. To be honest, the only thing I wanted was to get this over with and go home as soon as possible.
What's with that rebellious attitude? How dare you? If you keep this up, I'll tell Daddy you bullied me. That wouldn't be a good look for you at all, would it? So get down on your knees and beg for my forgiveness like the dog you are.
My fist trembled imperceptibly under the table. Calm down, I have to calm down. If I lose it here, everything I've done until now will have been for nothing.
On second thought, just kneeling isn't enough. I want you to kiss the floor.
Right when those words left her mouth, the door burst open.
Hold it right there! Be prepared to face my judgment, you arrogant cow!
Sayaka, why are you here?
I'm here to inform both of you that as of right now, your engagement is no longer in effect. In exchange for the financial terms we offered him, the father of this woman had agreed to annul your engagement. From now on, my family will give your father's factory all the business you want and any other support you might need, so you don't have to worry anymore. Who are you barging in out of the blue and spouting all this nonsense? Oh, are you sure you want to speak to me like that? What the heck? You should shut up and listen to your superiors instead of continuing to say random things. I believe such a ridiculous story anyway. If you have any doubts about what I'm telling you, I suggest you ask your father directly. It seems he just arrived now. Daddy, you have to help me. The bitch over there suddenly interrupted us.
Watch your words, you stupid girl. I apologize for my daughter's behavior. Please forgive us.
Daddy, why are you lowering yourself for someone like that?
I don't remember raising you to be such an idiot. This young lady standing here is the daughter of the CEO of Koda Conglomerate. This young lady standing here is the daughter of the CEO of Koda Conglomerate.
Huh? Like Koda Conglomerate? You don't mean Japan's #1 richest company? Mr. Nishimura, from my point of view, your daughter's upbringing and decorum leaves so much to be desired. Also, I've heard your overly forceful management practices have caused many inconveniences to your subtractor companies.
That's...
Well, because you are willing to accept my request without any compensation, I'll reserve judgment for now. However, if news of such things reach me again, I hope you understand what will happen.
Of course, we'll rework our management policies at once.
See that you do. You should complete the process as fast as possible. Before I change my mind, that is.
I understand. I'll get on it right away. Come on, we're leaving.
The Nishimura's booked it out of there like their lives depended on it.
Oh, seriously! That woman made me so angry! Does she think she is saying such things to you? If there wasn't anyone else around, I would have whooped her ass!
Sayaka's words and actions had already far exceeded all my imagination, and all I could do at this point was chuckle awkwardly.
Did I really? How undignified. I've never been so embarrassed. Tokisada, please forget everything I just said.
No, I'm sorry, but I don't think I can. The contrast with your usual self was just too jarring.
You're mean, Tokisada.
She kept up the whole angry chipmunk aesthetic for a while, but soon returned to her normal demure demeanor.
You're a free man, Tokisada. Now you can choose the path that you truly want to take in life. Oh, I won't use this incident to pressure you into marriage, so please, don't worry about that.
Sayaka.
Please don't say any more. Even if you agreed to marry me under the current situation, I feel like you'd only end up resenting me for it. That's not the future I want for either of us. That's why I'm putting an end to this once and for all. I'll be moving abroad soon, but I wish you happiness no matter how far away I am. Goodbye, Tokisada.
Sayaka quietly walked away. In that moment, before I realized it, my body had moved and I was suddenly hugging her from behind.
Please, let go, Tokisada. If you do something like this, I'll get the wrong idea again.
No, I won't let go. I don't want to let go. Now we're finally able to meet again. I tightened my hold on her.
Tokisada, do you perhaps...
Yeah, I was lying when I said I didn't remember you. The truth is that I never forgot you, even for a moment. I was so happy when I saw you again. The truth is that I wanted to talk more to you before everything became a huge mess. I want to go out with you and have fun just like we did in the past. I know I'm a selfish asshole for only telling you all this now, but I love you, Sayaka.
Tokisada, with what just happened, I honestly find it hard to believe what you're saying.
That's understandable.
So, instead of your words, I want you to show me the truth with your actions.
Sayaka slipped out of my arms and turned around to face me.
If you really love me, please make me yours in both body and soul, right here, right now.
Sayaka! The intense emotions I've been holding back for long burst out of me. I pulled Sayaka into my arms with all my might. It's been several years since then. After I graduated high school, I took over the factory from my father and became its new CEO. There's still a lot I need to learn, but with the support of Sayaka, my father, our employees, and the people around me, I've somehow managed to pull through the hardest part of it. And 1 year after that, the long-awaited day finally came. Sayaka, you're beautiful.
You're so handsome too, Tokisada. I'm falling in love with you all over again.
Really?
Tokisada, I will continue loving you for as long as we both shall live. I only ask that you love me as much as I do you.
Of course I do. I'll never stop loving you. Her innocent face lit up in joy. Looking at our intertwined hands, I know for sure that there is only unending happiness on the path ahead of us. We're bound together by over 20 years of shared memories and true love after all. Yes, this isn't the finish line. It's just the start of our latest adventure. As long as Sayaka is smiling beside me, our happiness will be never ending. This is what I believe.
Thank you for watching. How was today's video? Please check out our other videos as well.